Hey there, Eartha and Connie here, and we started our day off at Salt in Kaka'ako, and we walked around and explored the different restaurants that were available. And we ended up eating at Highway Inn, which was delicious. They serve up some home-style local Hawaiian cuisine, and the restaurant is awesome. They have a very large menu. I ended up getting the Loco Moco plate, which was absolutely delicious with fried rice, and Connie ended up ordering the yakisoba with mochiko chicken, and both were delicious. Next, we ended up on the bus to ride to Ala Moana Beach Park, and we take the bus quite often because it's just more convenient than driving. Ala Moana Beach Park is one of our favorite locations. We just love it. Hey there, it's Eartha and Connie. We are a couple that just moved to Oahu. So what do you think, honey? How you like it here so far?
I love Hawaii. I moved here in 1997 to go to college, and I stayed for 5 years, and it felt like home for me. Being a beach girl and loving the ocean, it really feels like home. So it felt like home coming back.
Awesome. So we moved here from San Diego, California. Back in April, we made a plan to move here because it was always a dream of ours to live here together. So that's what we did. And the journey was not always smooth. So we just want to highlight some of the things that we experienced, the process, so that if you want to move here, then you can too.
Yes.
All right, so let's talk about how we even started this process. So initially we moved out of an apartment in San Diego, and we ended up buying an RV thinking that we could do the whole RV life. And what ended up happening is I hated it.
I loved it.
She loved it. And so there was just no really any compromise with the RV. And so one day we were sitting in the RV at the dining room table, and I said, if I could snap my fingers and be anywhere right now with you, it would be Oahu.
I agreed.
What did you end up doing?
I agreed. Well, out of exasperation and really just trying to figure out what we could do for both of us to be happy, I sat down and I wrote down all of the steps that it would take to move to Hawaii, I having done it before. So the first thing was employment. So we just started to search for employment, and it happened very quickly for me. I found a job within a week.
Within a week. Yeah.
The next step was housing. And that was a little bit of a frustrating situation because it took a minute, because property managers, property owners do not want to rent property based on a virtual tour or sight unseen, because they have been burned too many times by people moving to Hawaii and expecting more out of what they actually are seeing virtually or sight unseen. So when they actually get here after signing paperwork and possibly paying the first month in deposit, they back out.
And not only that, we struggled with places that allow pets.
Yes, we have a cat to live
Yeah,
with.
we have a cat, and that is another topic we're going to talk about probably next. But there's a lot of places that do not allow animals, so keep that in mind.
Yes.
All right, so let's talk about moving our cat to Oahu. It was a very stressful, long process.
Yes.
So first of all, we didn't know how long the process was going to be. And what ended up happening is Connie ended up having to come here first because of her job. And so with the whole doing the paperwork and everything, we ended up being apart for almost 3 months because our cat needed rabies vaccines because the original ones were expired. And then we had to follow the checklist, which is by the Hawaii Department of Agriculture. And there's like all these waiting periods and testing and waiting for test results, and so it was a long process, and we are going to make a separate video about that.
Yes, needless to say, we ended up having to do all of that to keep our cat out of quarantine. So
Yes.
if you are interested in moving to Hawaii or bringing a pet to Hawaii, even if you already live here, you will want to watch this video so we can break down step by step for you exactly what we did to be well prepared to bring our cat to this island, to avoid the quarantine, 5-day hold, any of that. She came with us from the airport,
Right.
out from the quarantine area, because they take you off the plane to the quarantine area. But we will try to answer the questions that we had that really we had to go through the process to get answered.
Yes, absolutely. All right, finally, so how do you like living here for the second time?
So I love living here. I love the culture. I love the ocean. I snorkel. I paddleboard. So I'm excited to get to do all of those things here in a place that I love, and it's beautiful. And I love being here with my wife, who's never lived here before. So I get to show her around, and we get to play tourist for a little bit. But
Yeah.
I'm very excited and happy to be back here. It was our long-term goal to be back here anyway, so we just came back sooner rather than later.
Yes. And for me, it's still all new. I've only been here for a little over 2 weeks now, but I love it. I love everything so far, the weather, the culture, the food, and everything is just fun because we're just exploring and trying things out. And that's what this channel is all about. So we hope that you can subscribe and follow along and enjoy our journeys with us on our channel, Overjoyed in Oahu.
Yes.